Tonight, Premier John Horgan is speaking to energy experts as Cabinet considers the fate of Site C. A local gym is hoping to help children make bullying a thing of the past. And a young MMA star is looking to transition into a new sport. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Hugh Smith. Premier John Horgan has invited 6 energy experts to brief his cabinet this afternoon ahead of their decision on the fate of the controversial Site C dam. The experts include David Austin of the Clean Energy Association of BC, David Craig of Consolidated Management Consultants, Colleen Giroux-Smith of Interjex Renewable Energy, Mark Jacquard of Simon Fraser's University School of Resource, energy economist Robert McCullough, and Karen Tam Wu of the Pembina Institute. The cabinet has met every day this week on Site C. Meanwhile, Finance Ministry officials are also expected to brief cabinet on the financial implications of their decision. If completed, Site C will be able to produce 5,100 gigawatts of energy per year and have a lifetime capacity of 1,100 megawatts. The panel's appearance comes after the BC Utility Commission's report on the dam. The document also stated the $8.3 billion project won't be completed until 2024. A decision on the dam is expected by the end of the year. There are many factors that come into play when an athlete picks their sport, whether it's for exercise, money, or fame, or simply just for fun. But for those who choose martial arts, the reasoning is much more complex. CJDC's Craig Krause has more.
Deep within the bowels of a historic motel lies a mixed martial arts gym, a gym that is more than just a pile of mats. It's a facility built on struggle and pain.
My daughter initially is what got me back into it. I stopped it when I raised my 2 daughters by myself, and one of them was getting bullied, so I taught them some jiu-jitsu at it, and again the bullying stopped with it, and we just progressed from there.
Scouring the hallways of the high school jungle are individuals attacking the innocent, and DC MMA and jiu-jitsu is welcoming the victims and the perpetrators.
They start to get, it becomes part of their life eventually, and the bullying part falls away, and they become very confident and sure in what they do, so they don't look intimidated at school, and usually they don't get picked on. Word gets around too that they're in a combat sport, and basically we're drawing the bullies in here too to try and get them to stop bullying.
George and his daughter Jessica have developed an environment that is accepting of all skill sets. He believes martial arts teaches respect, calmness, and confidence.
Before I was in jiu-jitsu, I would get mad and I would just punch the kid out. But since I'm in jiu-jitsu now, I don't punch the kid out. I try to help the problem. I try to solve it.
A University of British Columbia study found that 64% of grade school children experience bullying. Dawson Creek MMA and Jiu-Jitsu is hoping to harness that aggression and find a non-violent approach within the hallway. Craig Krause, CJDC TV News, Dawson Creek.
People in BC who visit the ER for urgent medical care are having to wait much longer than patients elsewhere in the country. That's the finding of a new report on the emergency room wait times. Nationally, 10% of patients are waiting 32.6 hours, but here in BC, 10% of patients are waiting an average of 42.7 hours, almost 2 full days, to be given a bed in the hospital. That's a 21% increase in this province from last year's wait times. The report finds seniors are spending even more time than that in the emergency room. And it's important to note these numbers are averages, so patients who wind up in the ER at peak times can be there even longer before getting a bed in the hospital. A First Nations protester interrupted the president of Kinder Morgan's speech today at the annual Vancouver Energy Forum.
My name is William George and I'm from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation.
The protester, who identified himself as William George, spoke out while Kinder Morgan's Ian Anderson was addressing the group. Also attending the forum, Alberta Premier Rachel Notley and Canada's Minister of Natural Resources, James Carr. Carr says a panel is being proposed to help deal with delays in the permits to the Trans Mountain pipeline.
It's our interest to ensure that a very important energy project that the Government of Canada has repeatedly said is in the national interest doesn't have to suffer through unusual or unnecessary delays.
He added the panel would not interfere with the decisions by the National Energy Board. Stormy weather is hampering the search for a plane that's been missing since Saturday. Snow continues to fall in the search region north of Revelstoke. Earlier this week, 2 cell phone pings and a radar hit provided searchers with more clues as to where the plane might be. It was piloted by 28-year-old Dominic Neron, who, along with his girlfriend Ashley Bourgeot, took off at 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, flying from Penticton to Edmonton. They never arrived at their destination. We're learning more about the sexual misconduct allegations against Matt Lauer. NBC fired the Today Show host after a woman came forward Monday evening, and now more women are speaking out.
Matt Lauer's fall from grace casting a dark cloud over what was supposed to be a bright night at NBC's famed Christmas tree lighting. The former anchor scrubbed from the show.
The atmosphere is electric.
The star, with a reported $25 million a year salary, now fired.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Friday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
Following a female staffer's allegations of sexual misconduct during and after the 2014 Olympics in Sochi. Late Wednesday, 2 more NBC employees came forward. One telling the New York Times Lauer summoned her to his office in 2001 during a workday, locked the door, and sexually assaulted her. The alleged victim says she didn't report it because she felt ashamed and didn't want to lose her job.
She says that he then asked her to unbutton her blouse, which she did. She says he then came around from his desk, pulled down her pants, and had sex with her. She says she does bear some of the responsibility for what happened, but she felt like he was kind of using his power over her.
According to the New York Times, after the sexual assault, she passed out in Lauer's office. He then asked his assistant to bring her to the nurse. The new allegations come after another scathing expose Wednesday. Variety details the claims of several current and former anonymous NBC staffers, one of whom told reporters Lauer gave her a sex toy as a present, accompanied by a note detailing how he wanted to use it on her. Another saying he exposed himself to her in his office, then reprimanded her when she didn't engage. 2 more tell the magazine Lauer had a button under his desk that would automatically lock his office door. Variety adding several women complained to executives at the network about Lauer's behavior, which they say fell on deaf ears.
Matt Lauer and Savannah Guthrie. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Lauer's illustrious career at NBC has included plum assignments like hosting the Thanksgiving Day Parade and interviews with everyone from presidents to stars like Tom Cruise.
You're glib. You don't even know what Ritalin is.
Just 2 months ago, he grilled former Fox News star Bill O'Reilly about sexual allegations that led to his own termination from Fox News.
You were probably the last guy in the world that they wanted to fire because you were the guy that the ratings and the revenues were built on. You carried that network on your shoulders for a lot of years. So doesn't it seem safe to assume that the people at Fox News were given a piece of information or given some evidence that simply made it impossible for you to stay on at Fox News?
But this morning, other clips are resurfacing too, like this sexually driven sketch.
Drink it in, ladies.
Again, Matt? Really? It's the 3rd time this week.
Former co-host Katie Couric said this about Lauer in a game show lightning round in 2012.
What is Matt's most annoying habit?
He pinches me on the
Wow!
TMZ released this video Wednesday, apparently showing Lauer commenting on a co-worker's appearance on set.
Pretty sweater. Keep bending over like that. It's a nice view.
And this morning, the Today Show seeming to sever all ties with Lauer. His photo already scrubbed from their social media accounts.
In a statement that was read on his former show, Matt Lauer wrote, "There are no words to express my sorrow and regret for the pain I have caused others by words and actions. To the people I have hurt, I am truly sorry. Some of what is being said about me is untrue or mischaracterized, but there's enough truth in these stories to make me feel embarrassed and ashamed." Well, we're going to take a quick break, but first, here's what's happening where you live in tonight's community events.